Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast with your two hosts, two amigos, me, Owen, and my co-host, co-presenter, friend, and life coach, Dave is also with me.
I don't like using the word presenter. Can't bear it.
Presenter. Do you think that's because it's not radio?
It's just this is just not anything, is it?
What?
Oh, that's a lie. No,
What do you mean?
bloody brilliant.
It's
It's just
what
we're
do you
just talking, aren't we? Friends.
yeah. We're talking as friends, but
We are hosting a podcast.
yeah, but you need present it. Like if you're a producer,
Well, I do all that, and
yeah. But what I'm saying is if you were just doing that and you didn't want to do it, you'd have to get presenters in to come and do it, wouldn't you? Anyway,
Yeah.
that's not what we're here to talk
No.
about.
we-
How's your day been today, Dave? Before we get to the cricket.
well, I had all good intentions.
What?
I was gonna, you know what?
You were going to put work in for the podcast today, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I was gonna.
What's the game?
I thought, what a test match.
It's been good, isn't it?
And
I've actually really enjoyed it. I haven't got to watch any, but I've been following the highlight scores
yeah.
and seen highlights packages before.
And I thought, this is really exciting. I couldn't watch it yesterday. I was out all day, and I was really screwing with me because checking the score, I was like, oh, it's just two and throwing. So I was going to wake up at 4:45, whatever it was. I did.
Right.
Got in prime position to watch it.
Okay.
Watched a few overs, couple of overs, and I haven't got up and made myself a coffee or anything.
Right. You don't like
But
coffee?
I'm there for the
You've
cause.
never made yourself a coffee?
Well, no, I'm not
That's an
approaching this
expression.
as I want to stay awake. I'm already in
Right.
a bit of a. My plan was not to start the day at 5 o'clock. It was to. I'll watch half an hour, 40 minutes, and then when it's over, I'll just slink back to sleep.
Yeah, nice.
Watched one top edge for 4 and just thought, nah,
You
going
watch
straight to bed. Went back to sleep. Like, I'm not going to watch England get beat here.
the inside edge, isn't it? Inside edge past leg stump. And
No,
then that horrible glove.
yeah,
over
yeah,
the
it was
top
the-
of
it was the
wicket.
glove that
It's
went
like,
over.
yeah, this isn't going to go well.
I'm hearing, so I was just thinking, oh no, I don't know if I've got.
Stubo scream. Oh no, that was the day before.
I don't know if I've got the bottle in me to watch England perish here with 2 wickets left to get.
I
So-
really enjoyed the test match. Watching just like updates of the scores
Mhm.
and watching. Do you have Sky Sports app?
No, I don't know.
They give like little things of like highlights at thing of the day. So it's like 5-minute highlight.
Yeah, like a little
package.
compilation of
Yeah.
what's happened in the day. Yeah, that's
And
nice.
I've
that is.
watched them.
That's
It's been-
free.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
it's really good. Really enjoyed it. That pitch is a good
Well-
test match pitch. That
Before we go into the game, I was thinking this is our 5th podcast,
right?
and I wanted to bring something to this podcast, like a little. I don't want to call it a section. I don't want it to think that we have to do it all the
What a
time.
feature.
Yeah, I don't want. It's whether me and you have either picked up something through the news or through something about cricket during the week that's gone on. So if anything's come out which isn't England based,
Right.
so if like I think last week did we speak about? Was it last week that we spoke about the first day night test? Well, I found out the first
right,
day night.
yeah.
So when we start, what do you think about
It's not very clear what you mean here.
just to bring something that's happened in the week of cricket we want to discuss that isn't
That isn't
England based?
to do with the. Oh, isn't England based?
So like a little bit of like a news summary before we start.
All right. You got anything? Or is this just an
Um,
idea for future podcasts?
No, I've got the one thing, and that's India have finally decided to
Are they doing reviews?
bring in the DRS
Oh,
system. Yeah, for the
I didn't
for the
know that.
England
Good.
Test series. Yeah, finally.
Why do you think it's been delayed? Money.
I think India
Do you think they've
India have
do you
said
think,
that they weren't.
Do you think there's any match fixing or any of that?
No, I don't.
Like-
because I think
Italian football, like every 5 years, they realised that 5 years ago all the games were fixed.
match fixing is difficult, isn't it? Spot fixings you can get away with because we've seen it happen. That's fairly.
But why wouldn't you have the review system?
From what I've heard,
I don't know a
Um,
reason not to have it.
India didn't like the Snicker, but now they've brought in a thing called Ultra Edge, and it's supposed to be better, and etc. etc. And it's like this. It wasn't. I don't think it was the trajectory of the ball through Hawkeye. I think it was the whether it was going to edge behind or not.
Right.
So they brought that in, so we're going to be seeing that.
That's good.
But guess how many in today's test match, in this test match just gone, guess how many
Reviews
we've had?
England or
Overturned decisions. Just
overturned.
Just have a guess. How many would you think in a professional game? In the subcontinent, it's not going to be easy. I want to see if you think this is either really wank, the umpires have had a mare, or
I see what you mean.
Or,
okay.
the umpires are unlucky to
how many. So not how many reviews have been used, just how many actually overturned.
I'll give you that question after that. I don't know the exact number for that one. I know
the
district though.
So for both teams,
during the whole match, how many ones got overturned?
6.
11.
11. Well, that's a whole team. Well, more.
I think.
Holy that's more than a team, isn't it?
Yeah. The dog's going mental.
Yeah, the dog's just smashing a nice toy on a wooden floor. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this is.
Are we allowed to say a dog's name? No, let's leave her out of it.
Yeah, I don't want.
We don't want people. We don't want people trolling her.
So, guess how many decisions were not referred? Well, yeah, referred, not overturned, referred. Over 20.
So over 20. Yeah.
Does that tell you about something about the wicket?
Do you think it's harder when it's like a really turning wicket?
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Than when it's just fucking hell, dog. Than when it's just like when you're playing at Lords or something, where it's a really nice batting pitch, and it's like it's not that hard to. It's straight up and down and doesn't.
When we were watching the highlights, I fired 2 people, didn't I?
Yeah. Neither of which were.
Yeah, neither of which the umpires did a great job. And
oh yeah, so did I. And that one where he nicked it. I said it was not out. There's no way I could have seen that he nicked it.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. Though, are you? How do you feel? You feel like you've been let down, or do you feel like
honest,
you're like, you know what? It's so difficult out there turning pitch.
Nah.
It was turning square, wasn't it?
I think it's good that it just shows the review system's worth having.
Yeah,
really. And I don't think you can.
Well, it's great. It's got to be great so for the India series.
Yeah, it's got to be so hard to get it right.
Yeah,
especially when it's because watching this test, like I just watched some highlights now. How many people got out feathering it onto their pad and then it getting caught, or trying to sweep and just gloving it a bit? It's like, well, that's got to be really hard to see, isn't it? And get right every time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm with you. I think.
Do you think Bangladesh should be running us this close? Because that's a proper good test.
Well,
match,
England won today by what? 23, 22?
Yeah, I think it was 23.
Was it? Did they win by 22 runs? But Bangladesh needed to get 23 to win.
Oh right, yeah, that could be. Yeah,
was that
what the case?
Is that how it went down?
Let's have a little look.
England win by 22 runs. Should Bangladesh be running us this close? The answer is no, but. If anyone's listened to the previous podcast, we wrote Bangladesh off when we first started podcasting.
Yeah.
And that has come back to bite us because Bangladesh it's shown in the ODIs they're actually a top class side.
Yeah.
Okay, top class is
they
are much improved. They are a team on the upward curve, aren't they? Much improved team.
They got some batsmen that look, I think,
and they've got some spinners, haven't they?
Yeah. I think it's just time, isn't it?
But you're looking at England winning by 22 runs. Doesn't give you much optimism to go to India.
Well, India are
a much better team. And it's India at home. Obviously, India in India.
Although we won't have the same side, will we?
No.
Well, hang on. No, sorry. That's my mistake.
We'll have if not the same side or a very, very similar side.
Well, we got Hales, isn't it, to come back? I was thinking Root, but obviously he's playing, isn't he? Because it's Test series.
Yeah.
He'd missed the one-dayers. Sorry.
So no, yeah. Well,
so it won't be that much different then.
I don't want to see.
What's you thinking?
Jimmy Anderson might come in, but
what's you thinking on Batty? It annoyed me. To be honest, it annoyed me when he.
I liked it. I liked it just for the laughs.
Yeah. Is there any point to it?
Though? No, shall I tell you? Shall I tell you what the exact point is?
I think it's a waste of time.
Let's pretend the game hasn't gone on, right? And you're asking me this question.
Pretend the game hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and you're asking me why is Batty been brought in? I don't know why Batty. I'm not part of the.
Yeah.
But why I think he's been brought in is because England's spin at the moment isn't very bright. It's on up again. That's on an upward spiral.
Yeah.
It's on an upward turn, but it's not where it needs to be in the international game. Like we've got Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid, and they're not quite where we want them to be as bowlers. So they thought bringing in someone like Gareth Batty, they'd be able to tap into this experience and
of not playing international cricket.
No, but of playing county cricket. Adil Rashid hasn't played international cricket,
but
no one has played in.
Like
Moeen Ali has. Yeah,
Rashid's not that young.
No, he's not.
So,
but
what's he getting from Gareth Batty?
They wanted Gareth Batty to come in, and maybe take that new ball. Because it's more difficult for a spin bowler to bowl the new ball. But also, I think Gareth Batty was brought in because Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid are known for being somewhat more expensive than what would be liked. And they thought Gareth Batty would be able to come in and bowl maiden after maiden. Didn't happen. None of the spinners bowled maiden after maiden. None of the spinners bowled particularly as well as the Bangladesh spinners. Bangladesh spinners completely outclassed us in the spin department. And it's something I wanted to mention was England actually got saved by their pace bowlers. One bowler in particular,
Ben
Stokes.
Yeah.
Broady bowled really well as well. Chris Woakes didn't get much of a chance, but that just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's nothing against him. That's just what happened because they wanted Broady and Ben Stokes. England got saved by pace in.
Do you think
a game that Bangladesh dominated the bowling with their spin?
It will be as big a gap between Ben Stokes winning games by himself. Because the last one, South Africa, where he got that, was it 100?
No, 250, wasn't
250, sorry.
I don't know.
Just smashing it.
Well,
it's like, he won that game on his own.
And he has the X factor.
He's pretty much won.
Okay, he has that. He has the ability to do that, where other members won't.
Yeah, but he needs to not win every game, but do you know what I mean?
Do you know?
Needs to be not.
Guess what his average is? Guess what his average is in the last year?
The bat.
Yeah, bear in mind he scored 250 against South Africa. 62 or something. It's in the 60s. He's had a fantastic year.
Over the year?
Yeah.
What's his actual average?
I imagine it's in the 30s.
Yeah, 36 or something.
So he's had a really good year.
Well,
and I think
36 wouldn't be bad.
No, I think if he could get that to 40, he would be over the moon with it, especially as an all-rounder, especially the way he plays. Though let's continue with the bowling, because there's something I really want to chat about, because I didn't think we were good enough with this spin, but I think Ben Stokes saved us this game. And
you were saying you thought Moeen Ali bowled really well.
Yeah, I think he was the pick of the bowlers. Gareth Batty came into the game more. Adil Rashid, it's so weird with Adil Rashid. If I'm looking at his... Shall I have a look at... I've got the scorecard in front of me. Let me have a look at the... Let's look at the spin options we've had in this game. So Batty has bowled at 3 and over, picked up the 1 wicket.
Okay.
Rashid bowled at 3.5 and over, picked up 2 wickets. Moeen bowled at 3.5 and over, picked up 3 wickets. Moeen's had the better day there. He's bowled... I don't want to go into all the figures.
No, it's boring. Yeah, we're stopping that.
Yeah.
We're making a change. We realise, listening back, or just even thinking about it,
that's not what we want to do.
Boring.
Yeah.
We're not talking through the scorecard and pick your favourite player. Who do you think bowled the best? Just going for more conversational.
Decent.
It was horrible, wasn't it? It's weird though, isn't it? That
we thought we were.
You know when you're doing it.
Trying to be test match special, didn't we? We tried to be professional when really
we're fans,
that's not how we.
Not cricket experts, although.
No, it's only a matter of time. But if we do look at this, because I think we do have to look at the figures for this. It's too expensive, isn't it? Going at 3.5 and over. When
who went for 3.5? Well, Batty.
All of them. Well, Batty went for 3, but Rashid and Moeen both went at 3.5 and over, in and around. Well, again, I want to.
Did Rashid take any wickets?
Yeah, you not listened to what I've been saying.
Yeah, I have.
Rashid picked up 2 in the first innings.
Right.
If you look at the Bangladesh bowlers,
So he didn't really pick up any wickets. I was like, he hasn't.
You know, most of the spin bowlers are going at 2, 2.5, and under 2.
Mm.
Okay, let's quickly run on to the second innings. Oh, hello. Let's run on to the second innings, and Moeen picks up 2, but he's going at 4.3.
Oh,
He got a beat in that. Rashid's picked up the 1. He goes at 3.5, just under. And Batty goes at almost 4, 3.82, and he's picked up the 3. The spin bowlers didn't do their job. They didn't hold up at ends, did they?
no.
And
Although, from watching highlight pack, the Bangladesh batsmen were actually pretty aggressive. You think that?
yeah.
Like, they would block it and then they would just melee one right across the line.
But I think that's because they found that, you know what, we're not. That is why I believe we saw in the last 2 wickets, or the last session of the game, even the evening session of yesterday's play, of a lot of pace bowling, because Alistair Cook, he's come out and said it. The reason why I didn't take the new ball, okay, this was this morning, didn't take the new ball was because I wanted to have the most amount of balls I wanted at the Bangladesh players. Meaning, he was worried that the spinners would come on and the runs would start to topple down.
Yeah.
And that is worrying, isn't it?
A little bit.
It is concerning.
A little bit. Yeah.
I want to see.
Do you think they've played Batty, right? So he can get a good idea of which his best spinner is just for this upcoming India series. So he's playing 3 effectively. Moeen Ali isn't, but
Yeah,
he's used
well,
as
no,
one.
you say Moeen's not, but he's bowling
but,
almost the same amount of overs as
right. So he's
been
so he's been picked as one basically.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think Gareth Batty is just an option where they go, he might be able to do a job in India, and we're not going to pick him after that?
I think they've chosen Gareth Batty because they believe he is the best bowler in the county circuit. Best spin bowler in the county circuit. I know there's a guy at Somerset. He's did really well, but Somerset's a really turning wicket. Maybe he should have gone on tour. They thought Batty's been doing this for.
Is it lefty going to get a go?
You know, is his name Ansari? He bats. You know, he bats at number 4 for his county.
Really?
Because I'm going to be completely honest with you now. When I looked at the first innings and I looked at Stokes getting out for 18, do you know what I thought? Bring in that Ansari for Stokes. Because we don't need that pace. We don't need. And we've found out that Stokes can.
Stokes does quite a lot with the ball, actually.
He reverses it.
He swings it.
He's probably the best.
Seams it.
Reverse bowler on that sort.
He does quite a lot with it. What's his pace like? Can he hit 90? He gets close, doesn't he?
When I was watching it live, he was hitting 86, 87.
Yeah,
so, and
that's pretty rapid.
Yeah, that's a mistake. You can't take Stokes out of this team. And sorry, does he come in? Well, you're going to knock out one of the bowlers for him?
I may as well.
Who are you going to take out?
Well, if he bats 4 for his county, give him a go instead of any of the spinners.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you be bothered if he replaced any of them?
I want them to stick with the 3 spinners.
Not change it.
Not change it.
How many Test matches are we playing against? About 3.
No, we've got one more left, and
That's it.
And then we're moving on to a 5-test series against India.
So you don't want to try our other spinner out now?
No, I'm saying that because I want these 3 spin bowlers to bowl.
Yeah, I know,
India. But I think you're right. I think we will see somebody new.
I hope so. I hope that left armour. Because think of that.
Well, he's the only spinner the spinner on tour. And
yeah,
sorry,
but you could have then a leggy off spinner and a left arm orthodox.
Yeah,
like you got everything.
Well, I think naturally, Batty would be the one to.
I hope so. To
fall out, but Adil Rashid isn't favoured. We've seen that in Test cricket. He's not favoured in the England team particularly. They need to go away and work a way of being more consistent. Not necessarily bowling teams out.
Yeah.
I just want them to see him tie up an end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do.
I'm getting tired of watching Moeen Ali. Batty was somewhat.
Batty throwing it.
Subject.
Watching the highlights package, the side-on view looks like Gareth Batty Well, he definitely has a bend in his arm.
But-
Looks like he's throwing it.
Batty is guilty somewhat, but Moeen Ali and Rashid definitely are guilty of giving him that ball that releases the pressure. That drag down, that long hop, if you like.
Moen.
Well, I think
Moen is not.
he's not a natural. He's not a frontline spinner,
Rashid's a leggy,
and
that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's naturally going to.
Yeah, it's
occur.
just so hard to have.
And I just think that's a problem for England having those two. Well, Batty didn't prove anything different.
Try out the lefty.
Yeah. I think. To be honest with you, I think we might even see Rashid.
What, be dropped?
I think if there's going to be a change, it'll be Rashid. I don't want it to happen, but I think they'll keep. They brought Batty along for a reason, haven't they?
You need to bowl a leg spinner loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads.
Yeah.
You can't play a leg spinner for a test match and go, oh, he bowled some long ups.
But he consistently bowls long ups. You know, it's not an odd thing.
Does he bowl more than one and over? Or does he bowl one and over?
I'd say he bowls. Yeah, I'd say he bowls.
Well, that's poor. Maybe
one. I think for every 2 or 3 really good balls he gives you, you're waiting on that one to score. But it's the same with all the spinners. I don't want to.
he took.
Yeah,
he took what did he get? 4 wickets. Bowl,
3 of them were
terrible.
But the ball was spinning. It looked great. It's just that England need to really just try and get that consistency in being able to bowl maidens. That's what I want to see.
I think the Bangladesh batsmen did well.
They did do well. They cashed in, didn't they?
Yeah. They were striking the ball really nicely.
Yeah, I think Bangladesh batsmen looked like they could go on and win this game on their own, really, without. If you didn't have the likes of Stokes on Brody in the last inning coming in and picking up these vital wickets, then would have been maybe slightly. Would it been? Yeah, that would have been Bangladesh's first ever win against England.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
I think Bangladesh have only won against West Indies twice and Zimbabwe like 4 or 5 times. This would have been their major scalp. Do you know what I mean?
Easy, yeah. Well, I don't think it will be long. Especially playing in Bangladesh. I don't think it will be long before they start.
They haven't had Test cricket in a while. I wasn't pissed about it, but they obviously really enjoy the Bangladesh public really enjoyed the ODI team because they win more. They got better chance of winning because there was fuck all people going along to watch the Test series. Right?
Even though they were like, "Oh, you wouldn't know."
Yeah.
It was so loud, you wouldn't know. But I can tell you that if I was stood in the middle of the pitch, you'd be able to tell where the fans were. It's not a 360 covering of fans in this stadium.
Is the England's batting a concern for you? We find ourselves 100 for 5 more times rather than not now, don't we? Even in these conditions, which are harder, but we found it a lot in the summer.
Well, yeah, we haven't fixed the top middle order, have we?
Well, we haven't fixed the
4-5.
I think no
4-5.
Well,
that's the problem.
Do you know what I like? I like that Moeen Ali fits in at 5 now. I'm such a big fan of Moeen Ali fitting in at 5. But I love it that he bats in front of Stokes. They've given him the confidence to say, "What you know? What we see you more as a batsman now. Let's put you in at 5."
Yeah, you should.
What?
No, I was just looking. He fits
really in front of Stokes and Bairstow now, which is fantastic. Gives him a chance to go and bat.
What do you think of Bairstow's wicking?
He dropped 1. Otherwise, he was fantastic.
Wow.
I think.
And to be fair, the highlights are he's like unfair. It's
you're going to see one.
And he got one that
like
shot, and it's like, well, you can't.
So the batting does worry me.
How does Butler get into this team? Because
Butler will come in as a wicketkeeper, surely. Though we've had this discussion many times.
Yeah, what do you do with Bairstow then?
You push him up the order and say you've got to bat, mate.
Who'd you drop?
Well, this is what I'm thinking, right? You text me when the teams came out when they first started this, saying what they're playing at. Why haven't they let the young?
Yeah,
what's his name?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's a young baby boycott, isn't it? The young Lancashire lad. He came on today and dropped one.
Well, he didn't get to it, but He did drop one.
I think. Would you like to see? I don't think they're going to do it because I think it's slightly harsh because Balance made that 70 against Pakistan. But would you like to see Baby Boycott come on in, go number 2, back with Cook to open, and bring Duckett down the order? Because Duckett deserves his shot, no doubt. But
yeah, I think.
Can you see? Should Duckett be there? I think maybe Duckett is one of those players that maybe should down
mind,
the order to back with the likes of Bairstow and Stokes.
I wouldn't mind getting rid of Balance and putting Duckett in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Duckett 4.
I'd like to see that, but
what's his face opening.
Yeah. So get Baby
Hales.
Boycott.
Oh!
No, I don't. I think Hales has lost this chance now.
Get out! You say he won't be picked to open the batting in India?
I wouldn't. No, I want.
No, not what you want. What do you think they'll do? Hales will just walk straight back into opening the batting.
Well, let's hope that we either Duckett or Baby Boycott can hit 100, and that's not so easy. Hit triple 100 in the next game. So,
if Ben Duckett opened the batting and got 300 in the next Test match, they'll get rid of Balance and put him in there.
Okay.
Well,
let's talk about the next Test match. I heard Alistair Cook speaking to Test Match Special today, and said that kind of let the cat out of the bag. Really, it was just like, well, can you see changes happening? And he was like, yeah. Not
it's obviously not much of a secret, is it?
But he was like,
they've obviously already had the discussion before.
Well, no, he said, you know what, we've got the Test match. Well, the looks of it, the calendar for the next up until Christmas is bang 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 Test matches, right?
Okay.
A lot of five Test matches in India is going to be brutal.
Yeah,
it's a lot of cricket to play, isn't it? Really,
it is.
And I think they're going to make, they're going to bring in some new players just to, allow that. Suit to fatigue, or just to have a look at new players.
Yeah.
What are you going to make any changes to this? Team's going to the next game.
Yeah, I would.
What are you going to do then?
I'd drop Batty and bring in the left arm spinner.
Yeah.
And give the opener a go, young opener.
You take
him where Duckett is, and put Duckett in instead of Balance.
Well, you previously asked for whether Butler's going to fit into this team.
Yeah, I think the problem is that he's got to play 4-day cricket.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
I like that he's on the tour. He's in the Test team on the tour. I like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised for us not to see Broad next game. Give him a break. I know it's only one game we played, but if we're going to change something,
what Ball have a go?
No, I think they're going to let Stephen Fink have a go, because apparently, from what I've heard,
Ball getting a go? Surely he should be next in line.
Well, I think it's just
really well. I just don't
think they can bear to look how fucking knackered he looks after 3 balls.
Yeah,
that guy looks like
he looks like he's dying before he even starts bowling.
I think they're quite a fan of Stephen Finn's reverse swing.
Does he reverse swing?
Yeah.
Stephen Finn doesn't swing the ball.
He reverses it.
No, he doesn't.
Titch,
but he can't bowl with a seam straight up.
What's Titch's name? James
Taylor.
James Taylor. I was watching a little thing about him saying what changes didn't they make, and he thinks Finney's coming in.
You just regurgitating what he said. Yeah, he cannot reverse swing the ball.
Well, Titch seems to believe so.
I'm willing to, I'm willing at the next podcast to totally swallow my own words.
I think they might make a change.
He used to be a hit the deck bowler, and then he had to change his action, and then now he's not that. He's not rapid anymore. Oh, that would be a shame.
So I'm looking forward to seeing if they make any changes. I think
I'm really looking forward to the next Test match. That one was really good.
That Test match was fantastic.
That was really good. If that was an Ashes Test match, that would have been like.
Well, yeah, it would have been up there with Edgbaston 05, wouldn't it? Really?
It was brilliant.
Because throughout that game, you didn't know who was in front.
I think England are the better team, but Bangladesh know the conditions better.
Yeah.
And we are that much better than them. That's how we won it.
The only time I thought that the game was decided was when Bangladesh needed about 90 with still 5 wickets left in hand. I thought, Bangladesh, you know what? This isn't so even now.
I didn't feel that comfortable when going in the last day. 33 runs is not that much.
Yeah, exactly.
with 2 wickets in hand.
But it was one of those ones where you just couldn't say who's on top, could you? Throughout the whole
yeah,
test.
it was really,
really, really good.
It's swung,
match.
didn't it? A few times.
It,
Swung.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think
Are we out of time?
we've got a couple more minutes. Do you want to just have a quick chat about Bangladesh? Anybody there?
He was a lad who took
The
took loads on
18-year-old.
the did
He
really
could
well.
spin it, didn't he?
Yeah, did really well.
That was his debut. Also, someone else made a fantastic debut and was left high and
Kays
dry at the
looks
end.
good.
That's
Kays looks
Sabir.
good.
Got that 62 at the end.
Yeah,
Was it 62? No, 64, sorry. He looked really good, and he was unlucky to see his teammates fall apart towards the
crumble
end.
around him.
But also we saw, I think I've liked the look of Kays, actually.
Yeah, Kays looks good, doesn't he? He's done well. Good player.
This,
Right.
this Bangladesh team are on the up. And
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
nice to
looking
watch
forward
as well,
to the next
isn't it?
Test match. It'll be really good.
The next Test match, I think, it's towards the end of this week. So, again, you'll probably be hearing this. I think it's on the Friday or the Thursday or the Friday. Probably the Friday if we finish on the Monday. So you'll be hearing this again maybe this time next week. Probably maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah,
The game will go 4 or 5 days, won't it, really?
Yeah.
I
hope so.
think that's everything from us.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so...
I'm desperate for a pee.
yeah.
Yeah, real bad. Come on.
We'll rattle through. You can find us on Twitter.
YouTube.
That's not a Twitter handle, though, is it?
No, that's true. I'll skip ahead
It would be
there.
a good. Imagine selling that Twitter
That
handle
would've
straight
annoyed
onto
people,
YouTube.
wouldn't
We
it?
should have done that, shouldn't we? When YouTube was made a Twitter handle saying YouTube and then be able to sell it onto. Anyway, so you can find us at the Long Hop Podcast on Twitter.
Yeah.
Give us a follow. You'll find out when the podcasts are coming out. The best way to find out the way podcasts are coming out is subscribe to us. You already know our YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you're listening to us. We've got an email if you really fancy giving us
Yeah.
a little chat
Give us an email.
at longhop@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep involved. Turn notifications on, all that YouTube-y stuff. Give us a like if you've enjoyed it. A big shout out. Whether it's we had a look at the statistics,
Big
didn't we?
shout. Yeah.
There's one person in Australia. Listen to it all the way through. If you've listened to it all over again,
audience.
give us
Australia.
give us a comment on if you've listened to this one all over again. Give us a comment on
Yeah.
down below and just tell us if you're English, Australian, Bangladeshi, whatever.
Toenails.
And is that what you want
You'll
to say?
have to have listened
No,
to the
I
whole
want them.
thing.
I want this guy to. I want to
if
give
you
him a
put-
shout out.
Yeah, but if he puts toenails,
Well, anyone
we know
can
you've
put
listened to the
toenails.
whole thing.
I think that's it. That's it from us.
Yeah, we're all done.
Thanks for the support on the last one. Hope this one goes as well.
Yeah.
That's good. Wasn't it?
No, yeah, no, brilliant.
Quite a few views.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.